G'day guys, and welcome back to another Sunday afternoon at the at-home amateur model railway. As you will see, there is a very vast gap in the back scenery of the layout at the moment. As you would have seen in the shorts feed last week, I'm currently working on a new polystyrene mountain project, and this is where it's going to go. Also in the bottom right of the screen is another little side project I've got underway of making locomotive blankets with tissue paper. I've just used a little bit of tissue paper and some PVA glue mixed with a little bit of brown paint, and I've dabbed that over the locomotives wrapped in some Glad wrap to protect them. So this is just a little bit of a side project. It's nothing concrete as yet, but it's just a little bit of a play around in some spare time. But back to the main project, I've taken the original scenescape from the back section of the layout and I've actually moved it around to the opposite corner. The idea behind this is a picture that I've found on Pinterest with some 3 diesel locomotives cutting through a cutting. So that's the look that I'm going for here. It obviously still needs to be cut back down to suit the track and the size, so it will actually be cut down a little bit, and hopefully I can use other pieces of this in other sections of the layout, but that will give you a general idea of the look that we're going for now in that corner. If we come back around to the table, you'll actually see what I've been working on. Excuse the mess. So as seen in other videos, I've taken the Dremel and I've recarved the front fascia. I still need to clean up the plaster of Paris that's dribbled down from over the top, and do just a little bit of cleanup work on that join. So this afternoon's project is to continue on with the rock face shaping. I'm actually going to do a little bit more on the inside of the tunnel because this will be seen end on. I'm currently working on carving all of that in. As you can see down this end, I haven't quite finished yet, so that's this afternoon's project. And if we are lucky enough, I might even get a little bit of a splash of colour onto it. Speaking of colour, as I was mixing the plaster of Paris, as I've learnt from previous projects, and it still didn't quite come out the way that I wanted it to, I've tried mixing a little bit of brown paint through the plaster of Paris as it was being mixed and blended. It's not as dark as what I wanted because, as I've come to find out, that takes a fair bit of paint to get that dark brown, but a little bit of brown is probably going to be better than stark white, and you can actually see the different paint ratios as I've done different batches of plaster mixes. So I just thought I'd give you guys a bit of a rundown on that sneak peek that I uploaded last week and where it's going. I might actually quickly just put this back on the layout so you get an idea of what it's going to look like. So we'll come back and we'll have a look at that sitting on the layout. So here we have it, guys. The hillside is now back on the layout and you can get an idea of the effect now that I'm going for. We've got a double tunnel entrance and exit into a small cut through on the inner radius. And again, these rear sections have been made modular, so there is chance for derailment inside these tunnels, so these have been made to be removed for track cleaning, servicing and or derailments, and even the back diorama section is removable as well. Hence why I've used, when you would have seen on the previous shorts feed video, I've stuck bamboo skewers through into the polystyrene and then glued them together with some PVA glue. Taking my time, I've carefully traced the hillside. It still needs a little bit of amendment to get it all to blend, but I don't think it's a very bad effort to try and blend the three sections of the scenery together. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what I'm looking at doing, where it's going, and I hope this gives you some inspiration for your layout as well.